How's it going, YWC? Guy on the internet who doesn't like reviews here. TNA Impact review. Pretty solid show. Nothing spectacular, but still a good, watchable wrestling program. Let's get started. It starts off with Jeff Hardy, and he wants answers for why Decay attacked him yesterday, yesterday, but last week on Impact when he was in the triple threat for the number one contendership. Uh, he says that the creatures are unstoppable with them behind him. He says that he doesn't really know why Decay attacked him because he thought Decay was cool. They come out in the Manson. Out comes Decay. And the Monster Abyss says that they attacked him for a price. Somebody put a price, a bounty, on Jeff Hardy's head. They kind of give it away to who attacked Jeff Hardy or who had Decay attack Jeff Hardy. If you follow TNA, you follow storylines, and you follow characters, it's kind of easy to put together. Anyway, Crazy Steve grabs the mic and says the creatures make Jeff Hardy weak. And then Rosemary steals the show and says that, Jeff Hardy, even though we did that for money, we still like you. You could be a part of Decay. Jeff Hardy declines. They start attacking Jeff Hardy. Out comes James Storm, and James Storm says, you know what? You guys owe me a tag team title rematch. And, hey, Jeff Hardy, you're a tag team guy. I'm a tag team guy. Byru's not going to be back. Well, he didn't say that, but obviously. Why not have us tag team up and face Decay? So we have the match. Decay versus Jeff Hardy and James Storm. A pretty okay match. Nothing bad, nothing good. Some of the highlights of the match, I guess, the choke slam assist from a bit on Crazy Steve to James. Did he do it on James Storm? Yeah, I think he did on James Storm. Anyway, the end of the match comes. Jeff Hardy hits Twist of Fate on Abyss. He goes to the top rope for the Swanton, and the lights go out. And on the stage, on the entrance ramp, there's Willow. And if you aren't a moron like Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle, you know that Jeff Hardy, or Solid Monster, you know that Jeff Hardy is Willow. So Jeff Hardy's sitting there like, what the fuck? Who is that? Like, that shouldn't be happening. I'm Willow. Everybody, even the audience and the commentators, like, well, Jeff Hardy's Willow. How is that Willow? And the distraction leads to Crazy Steve and Abyss hitting the mist on Jeff Hardy. And then Abyss hits the Black Hole Slam, wins the match. And I love Crazy Steve at the end. James Storm, he's like going over to console Jeff Hardy or whatever. Crazy Steve has a belt. He just like waving the belt, and it signified, okay, we're done with you guys. You lost your tag team title rematch. We don't have to face you guys anymore. Well, I don't have to face James Storm anymore unless you come back with another partner. But that's it. Bye-bye. No more just like getting continuous tag team title shots. Hopefully that whatever happens. But cool touch by Crazy Steve. Anyway, moving on to the next segment, we have, let me see, I just watched it. Just going back on, looking on videos, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, you have Drew Galloway coming out, and Galloway, he calls out Bobby Lashley. And he's like, Lashley, come out here. You're attacking people. You're a coward. And Lashley comes out and says, look, don't taunt me. I'm a real fighter. I could hurt you right now because your ribs are bruised and everything like that. Galloway is like, look, I want to fight you tonight for this world title. Lashley, he declined. He says, look, I'm going to fight you in 1 week. Enjoy the title while it lasts because, look, like you said, I'm a real fighter. I could beat you at any time. I could hurt you. Don't play with me. He leaves. Out comes Eli Drake. And Drake says, look, if Lashley doesn't want a title opportunity, I'll make one for myself. And look, since I have this King of the Mountain title, I'll use that soon enough. And then I have the tag team title. Even if I have to pull a Crimson, or who else did the tag team title by themselves? No, it wasn't Crimson. It was the Blueprint, Matt Morgan. Yeah, where he tagged. Yeah, that was funny as hell. Anyway, And then if I have to do suicide planches like those jumping jabronis in the S division, I'll collect that belt too. And then I'll did he say something about? I don't think he said something about the women's title. It would have been funny if he had. But tonight, I want that artwork you're holding. I want the heavyweight title. Galloway says, "Look, Drake, this isn't the time. This is you picked the wrong time and you messed with the wrong guy." The fight starts. They have the match. Pretty good match. Eli Drake and Drew Galloway. That's always going to be a good match. Anyway, Galloway, he wins the match because Eli Drake tries to cheat with the briefcase. The briefcase gets taken out of his hands by the referee, and Galloway hits the Claymore, the running boot, and then he hits a future shock DDT. After the match, Lashley comes out of nowhere. The Ghost Destroyer. Yeah. Anyway, and he says that it not says anything, but he spears Galloway, and then he holds the title, and the people are calling him a coward. So looking forward to that match next week. Lashley versus Drew Galloway. That should be pretty good. Then you have let's see right here. EC3 comes out. EC3 comes out, and he says that the losing to the Miracle Mike Bennett has been a change in his career, and he calls out the Miracle Mike Bennett, says, "Look, I'm not going to cry about this or anything like that. I just want a rematch." And Mike Bennett says, "You're not going to get a rematch until you face your demons from the past. The things that I saw put you in this downward spiral since I came here. Unless you can beat these demons, you won't get a rematch." So he says that later on in the main event, in a steel cage, EC3 will have to overcome one of these demons from the past. So then you get, let's see right here, you get Gail Kim. Oh yeah, before this happened, Maria's backstage, and Jade and Gail were back there with her, and Gail's like, "You called us. What did you want to see us about?" And Maria's like, "Look, you guys, I need something for the Knockouts division. I need something tonight." And Jade, "You want to fight?" Gail, "You want your rematch? Let's have you guys have a match." And why not have it? Make it one of those 5-star matches like Davey M is always ranting and raving about or whatever. And this is a troll on Dave Meltzer. Anyway, then she says that just to make sure it's all fair and competitive, so Sienna will be ringside to make sure everything goes well. The match between Jade and Gail Kim, I think I'm going to say it was tied for best match of the night. Yeah, it was really good. A lot of good chain wrestling. Gail Kim, like, people complaining about Gail Kim always being the title picture. It's like complaining that the past always in the playoffs. If you're good, you're good. And Gail Kim still on top of her game, like still that bitch. And speaking of that bitch, not saying that derogatory, but I like how Jade comes out holding the title like, "I'm the number one. Like, this belt means something. Like, yeah, I won this title. I'm the head bitch in charge." I like that confidence that Jade brings walking to the ring, and it seems like she's gotten more comfortable in the Impact ring. She's not really trying to over impress. She's just doing her good, solid wrestling. And I said, this match, although Maria was joking about 5-star matches and whatever, I think if this match had gotten a couple minutes, this could have been one of those 5-star classics. But anyway, the match ends in DQ after Sienna beats up Jade and does that sweet. She's got it. Hopefully Jade and not Jade, but I'm gonna say Allison K, because I gotta get used to saying Sienna. Or should I just start saying Sienna? Sienna needs to use that swing move she does into the snail steps in her in-ring moveset, because it's really cool looking. I don't know if she could do it into like a turnbuckle or just a fling somewhere, but that's a really cool maneuver. Anyway, Gail Kim attacks Sienna for causing her the title. Sienna beats up Gail Kim, and then hits that power bomb face buster type thing on Gail Kim, and pinkies up. Then you have moving forward. Oh yeah, Willow gets attacked backstage by Jeff Hardy, and then another Jeff Hardy, Willow attacks Jeff Hardy, and then another Willow attacks Jeff Hardy with a steel chair, and it's three Willows standing over Jeff Hardy's lifeless body. The plot thickens. I wonder who had enough money to pay Decay and pay for other people. It has to be somebody with a large amount of money, character-wise or whatever, who hates Jeff Hardy, who we haven't seen in a while. Are you smart enough to figure out this mystery? Hopefully you are. Anyway, you have Al Snow in a promo where he's talking about, how wrestling is changing, and that, they're just letting anybody into wrestling as long as you have the heart, the passion. And he says that he's going to make wrestling great again. He's going to be like Donald Trump. He's going to shut the door in people's faces. He's going to start with Shera and Grado. Look, I already know WWE fanboys, you're going to say, oh, they're copying the Bob Backlund and Darren Young Make America Great, and they're copying off Donald Trump. Yes, they're copying off Donald Trump. Everybody's going to be copying off Donald Trump because it's a culture, satire culture. It's taking from what's going on right now. It's being culturally relevant. And to say they're copying WWE's there. Look, idiots, TNA is taped a month ahead. WWE is fucking what is like? Do you hate tape shows? Do you like tape? What don't you understand? If it's a tape show and it's already written in the books and taped, that means it happened before. Hopefully you guys don't say that. Hopefully, but if you do say, you hear somebody say that, they're fucking stupid and they're TNA haters and WWE fanboys. Let's just be fair about it. Anyway, the match between Al Snow and Mahabali Shera, I'm glad they kind of dropped that stupid dance. It was okay, but then it started to grow momentum, and then it's like TNA got behind it too quick, too fast, and they had a video or whatever, and people started to hate it. So TNA kind of killed that dance thing on their own. If they had just let it naturally build, it probably would have been still around. But anyway, Al Snow is just like, I like this match too because Al Snow, Al Snow was doing, he's like saying, I want to make wrestling great again. People are killing the sport, but he's doing all these dirty, underhanded tactics, like pulling out spikes from his trunks, brass knuckles, and he's like arguing with the referee. And it's a contradiction of his character, and it goes so well. Like, it's that grumpy old man that, like, you're ruining wrestling, but then he's ruining wrestling himself by doing all this dirty shit. Anyway, Grado is here, but Al Snow tries to go for a brass knuckle on Shera. Out comes Grado, who's still selling the broken wrist or arm injury. He takes the brass knuckles from Al Snow, and Shera hits the sky high. They really gotta rename that. They gotta give it, like, just saying sky high. They gotta, like, Shera's gotta call it something like the Bollywood plunge. Slum, like he got say, put some spice on it. It can't just say sky high. It's got to be like sheer. No, don't have his name. It's got to be like the Indian River, Indian Sea dive. It's got to be something cool. I think Bollywood, the Bollywood plunge. I think that's probably pretty cool. But yeah, Bollywood plunge, the Bollywood plunge. Anyway, moving on. You can think after that you get the main event. You get EC3 coming out to the steel cage. Mike Bennett comes out and he says that EC3 will be facing one of his demons, and it's from the lethal lockdown when EC3's face and head got slammed into the steel cage, and it's Rockstar Spud. And let me talk about Rockstar Spud for a moment. Rockstar Spud, he may be one of the most versatile character wrestlers in Impact, if not all of pro wrestling. Yes, you can talk about the guy being super small or whatever, but from this match, he makes up for it, makes up for size and what he does, and he makes up for his size by what he does in the ring, either as a heel or a face, by athletic ability or just by his character traits as a heel. So Rockstar Spud comes out and he's just looking all disheveled and fucked up, and like he just looks, he fits the character now. He comes out, hair is all fucked up. He zeroes his theme song, and he like Mike Ben's like trying to hype him. He's just looking at him like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like what? Oh, EC3, fuck him and fuck you too. Like Spud just gets his character so well, and then he comes in the ring like he's a little guy. But then he just gets in the ring. He's like, man, EC3, fuck that guy. He starts beating up on him, like no fear, no hesitation whatsoever. And I just love Rockstar Spud right now. I love him as a face. I love him even more as a heel because he's a natural shithole heel. So all during the match, like he's just doing all this fucked up shit, like punching somebody and then spitting right in their face, like. And obviously he's doing like some good wrestling moves or whatever, like the Inseguri, and let's see what else is he doing. Like I think he was like he like, even though he's small, like I said, you can see Rockstar Spud beating bigger opponents either as a heel or a face. As a face, doing like some cool X Division moves or just wrestling. But as a heel, he's a dirty shithole, like I said, and he will go to any length to win the match. For instance, during the match, Rockstar Spud used his belt to try to cut EC3 with that belt hold thing. Like, I've always thought about that because I'm an asshole myself. When you see that in wrestling, you know that guy's a sick, depraved human being. Yes, I know what you guys. But it fits the character so well, and I was like, God damn, I love Rockstar Spud. And then at the end of the match, Rockstar Spud, he tries to go for the underdog on EC3. EC3 throws him off, and then he runs at EC3. EC3 tosses him up toward the cage. Rockstar Spud climbs the cage, and he almost gets out. And then him and EC3 are fighting at the top. He bites EC3, and then like smashes his face into the cage. EC3 falls. And right before Spud is about to get out, he like leans back over and just hops this mega loogie down at EC3. And EC3 just gets up out of nowhere and like has to use all of his power and strength to pull Spud back into the cage. He press slams him back in, and then he hits the 1%er on Rockstar Spud and wins the match. Like, damn, like it was a good match because all the character elements were there. You had EC3 at the power game and the determination. Spud just, damn, I love Rockstar Spud as a heel. Like, him and Tyrus either need to be a tag team or he needs to go back for the S Division title. Like, don't just have Spud in there in the win, like not doing anything. Either he needs to go for maybe the King of the Mountain title. Can you imagine Rockstar Spud versus Brown? That shit would be fucking epic. Like, god damn. Anyway, pretty good show. I'm gonna get out of here. Tell me what you guys thought about the show. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Probably watch some more wrestling, do some other stuff around town. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.